Just keep saying, like, over and over and over again, the natural state of the free market is deflation. And once you understand that, then you understand everything else is stopping it. And if you think your prices are going up, and if you think this politician and this is going to be growth, like, listen to politicians talk about growth today. They're talking about their productivity growth is faster deflation. So what they're actually talking about is, we're going to manipulate money faster to steal more money from you. They're not talking about growth at all. So just keep going. The natural state of the free market is deflation. Then everything that stops it is not a political system. It's not an economic system. It's a control system. And it's so critical. Now, why that's important in AI is, as AI moves faster and faster, which it inevitably will, exponentially, and it merges with robots that can do anything that you can do way better, faster. The business that hires that brings in robots that you say you won't use because they're removing labor, you will use because it's cheaper for you. You will use it. And if a business doesn't use that, they will go broke because you will choose differently. So if your choices are driving this to lower and lower prices, shouldn't you benefit in an economic system that is repricing that and sharing that abundance with all people on earth? That's what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin is, and if you just took kind of $900 trillion balance sheet, which is the world's balance sheet today, and there's 21 million Bitcoin, then the implied value, as long as it stays decentralized and secure, of Bitcoin is about $43 million per Bitcoin today. But that $900 trillion, because you just 900 trillion divided by 21 million, all it has to do is stay decentralized and secure for in time that to be true. It's repricing the other system. But $900 trillion balance sheet today has $400 trillion of debt against it. And that debt is already insolvent. And if it was actually marked to market, the balance sheet of the world wouldn't be 900 trillion. You'd have a cascading collapse. All real estate prices, banks would fail, everything would collapse. So the only reason it's 900 trillion, essentially what you're measuring the world through, and you're part of that ledger, the only reason it's 900 trillion is because you think the debt is solvent, and you will vote for somebody who manipulates money instead of allowing a collapse. What does that mean? That means probably 4 or 5 years from now, the $900 trillion balance sheet won't be 900 trillion. It would be 2 quadrillion. And then if Bitcoin versus that balance sheet and the cost of living from there was 90 million terminal value of Bitcoin, it would be the same purchasing power, right? But the more important part is what I'll say here. Prices fall forever. So relative to Bitcoin, your $43 million purchasing power and terminal value today buys more and more forever, because prices will fall relative to it forever. So as a general case, if you just say, how much do I own of the ledger, the 900 trillion today, and make sure you own at least that in Bitcoin, and then and as you start to understand this more, you start to understand what's happening, start to move some of your time from the system that's co-opting your attention to the system that's uniting people and building to truth, hope, and abundance. And you'll find yourself more happier as you do that, because it's consistent where we are going as a society.